Hey there, welcome back to Gritworks, the podcast where we dive into real estate strategy and a growth mindset that you need to succeed in life and in business. My name is Derek, and today we're talking about probably one of the biggest milestones in real estate, and that's getting your first deal as an agent. So whether you're brand new to the industry or you're still finding your footing, your first deal is a defining moment for you. It's the culmination of having that first gratitude of success. It's the thing that transforms all the training and all the hard work into a tangible result. But here's the shocking reality, is that 87% of new agents leave this business within the first 5 years, and 80% quit within their first year. Why is that? It's not because the opportunities aren't there. It's because they don't take consistent action needed for success. So today, we're going to fix that. I'm going to walk you through the exact steps you have to do to help you land your first client, land your first deal, and just have the confidence to keep pushing and keep building so that you can grow your business. So what that means is we're going to shift our mindset to stay motivated and consistent. We're going to create strategies to prospect and connect with clients, and we're going to understand what we need to know about the process to feel confident when you're closing that first deal. So by the end of the episode, I'm going to give you a roadmap to get started and the confidence to stick with it. So let's just jump right into it. So let's start with what I think is the most important foundation for success. It's mindset. Landing your first deal as a real estate agent is equal parts knowledge, persistence, and grit. And if you don't have the right mindset, it's really easy to get discouraged. This business can just overwhelm you with discouragement if you don't have a strong mindset. So here's the thing. You might have to focus on the long game. Your first deal might not happen as quickly as you like, and that's okay. It's common for new agents to feel frustrated when they're not seeing immediate results. But remember, this is a career, not a sprint. Every day you spend prospecting, building relationships, and putting the work is laying the foundation for long-term success. So you have to celebrate the small wins along the way. That could be booking your first buyer consultation. It could be setting a listing appointment. It could just be getting positive feedback from somebody, or even just hearing a yes, this is the right number from a lead from a cold call. Like, all of those are small wins. As a team leader, I talk at length about the analogy of shaking trees. So every single day when we go to work, whenever we're prospecting or doing all the things that we do as an agent, I talk about it as shaking trees. So maybe one day I'm shaking trees over here, and the next day I'm going to move and start shaking trees over there. Eventually, something's going to fall from a tree. And it might not be the tree that I'm shaking today. Maybe it was from a tree I was shaking yesterday, but eventually the more trees you shake, the more apples fall. And so what are you doing every single day to start shaking some trees? So stop overthinking it and start taking some actions. The fear of failure is probably one of the biggest things that holds a new agent back. And you might be thinking, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I mess up? Here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes. I've been in this business long enough to say that I've made mistakes. The key is to learn from them and keep moving forward. You don't have to know everything on day one. I don't have to know everything on year 8, and that's okay. You just need to start. So set simple, realistic goals for each day. It could even be for the week. It could be connecting with 5 people, hosting an open house, practicing your scripts, or role-playing with another agent, either on your team or in your brokerage. Small, consistent actions will build your confidence, and the confidence will help you and encourage you to build into the tomorrow. So now that we've talked a little bit about mindset, let's go to the tactical stuff. It's finding the first client. So whether it's buyer or seller, doesn't matter. The key is just getting creative with your prospecting efforts. To me, prospecting is intentionally reaching out to somebody who may or may not need your services. So it can be cold calling. It can be reaching out to your past clients and sphere. It can be hosting an open house. There's tons of things that you could be doing that's considered prospecting. So your first client might be closer than you think. There's a reason why most team leaders will tell a new agent to start with their sphere of influence or their centers of influence. They're people that know you, like you, and trust you. It's your friends, your family, your personal network, your church. It's your small group. It's everybody that you would consider a friend, family, close person that you are around weekly. Know that you're a real estate agent. It's not about making the hard pitch. It's just about planting the seed that you're in the business and ready to help. One of the first things that I did, actually it was the first thing that I did when I got my license years ago, is I went onto Facebook. I opened my Facebook Messenger. I messaged all 1,000 friends that I have on Facebook, just letting them know that I was in the business. And honestly, I asked them what they did. I graduated from college a couple years before I got my license. There's a lot of people that I went to high school with because I moved back to my hometown. There's a lot of people that I went to high school with that went to college up here. And I was just curious what kind of my friends were doing, what business they were in. And so when I reached out to everybody on Facebook and I sent them all those messages, I would ask them, what are you in? What are you doing? What's your story right now? And it's funny because though I'm out of production, I still get messages back 8 years later from that original Facebook message asking if I'm still in the business. So post on social media about your career, what you're doing, attend local events. I would even go so far to say is send a personal message to somebody, drop into their DMs. It's okay to do that. The more people know about what you do, the more likely they are to think of you when they need you as an agent. Here's a strategy that might be often overlooked. It's asking agents or teams in your brokerage if they have any cold or dead leads that you can follow up on. And here's my suggestion. Offer to pay them a referral. If you're a brand new agent and you call a team leader or another agent in your brokerage or office and you say, hey, if you have any old dead leads or cold leads that you've not followed up with or you've just kind of let die in your database, I will take them and I will call them. And if I can convert them into a client, I'll pay you a referral fee. I would argue that you might get some yeses from that. I would do that as a team leader. There's definitely some leads in our database that we could let agents work and that would help them grow their skills. And we can also help them make a difference in their business too. I would imagine there's a lot of agents in your marketplace that have tons of dead leads in their database that they just don't want to follow up with. So that could be a great strategy to start on. Those are people who express interest in buying or selling, but they didn't take the next step. And many agents don't have the time to chase those leads down, but you can turn those into opportunities. And so there's a great opportunity there that you could be missing out on. And it's a really easy script that you can do because honestly, what you're trying to do is just figure out if they're still in a place of need. So you can say, hey, my name is Derek. I work with the Caldwell Group at eXp Realty. I noticed she reached out to this agent at our brokerage about buying or selling a while back, and I just wanted to see if you were still interested. I'd love to answer any questions. If they say, nope, we bought a house, congratulations, I'm excited for you guys. If they say no, like there's a lot of things that can just uncover from that simple conversation. I would say leveraging open houses. Open houses are a gold mine for meeting potential clients, especially in the day that we're in with buyer broker agency. So I would be asking agents, team leaders, people in your office and in your brokerage, the people that have listings right now, ask to host an open house with them. Practice your communication skills. Get comfortable answering questions about the house, about the buying process, about the neighborhood. And that's a great way to start building your database of potential leads. So don't just stand around and just wait for business to come in. Go and get the business. There's a lot of things, like these are just 2 strategies, 2 tips, asking for old dead leads and hosting open houses. If you're not willing to do that as a new agent, is this business really for you? And so once you've landed your first client, You've put in all the work. You've built a database that you are working in, that you are showing houses to. Maybe you went on a couple of listing appointments and you've nailed the first client. The next step is navigating them to the closing table, right? Like, just because we got a contract accepted or just because they said that we can show them houses, we still have to get to the closing table. That's the ultimate goal. And this is where things can feel a little overwhelming. But with the right approach, I think you can handle it like a pro. Your job as an agent is to guide your client through the buying or selling process with confidence. That means being knowledgeable about the local market. It's about knowing the steps involved in buying or selling. It's about knowing all the key documents that your clients need to be safe through the buying and selling process. What contracts, disclosures that they need to be fully aware of. And don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a reason why you have a broker. There's a reason why you have a team leader. Real estate is a collaborative industry. I truly believe that. And experienced agents, at least the experienced agents on our team, they want to see you succeed. And so don't be afraid to reach out for help. There's a reason why you have a broker. There's a reason why you have a team leader. The first deal can maybe feel a little chaotic. There's so many moving parts, whether it's showing or inspections or getting listing photography or marketing that listing. So staying organized will help you avoid those mistakes. I would say use the first client to document all of the checklists. In our world, checklists are also called SOPs, standard operating procedures, of every single thing, milestone you do during the process. Because that's going to become your golden cornerstone of everything you do for the buying and selling process. As you walk through it, it's easier to document. Whether you're working with a buyer or seller, clear, consistent communication is crucial. So keep your clients updated on every step of the process. And here's a tip. Even if there's no major news to share, call them anyways. Clients remember how you make them feel during the process. That's why people will come back to you. Because if you make someone feel good about themselves, if they had a good experience and they felt like you truly cared about them, that's what's called a past client. And so even if the deal gets tricky, just stay calm, professional, and supportive. I think that'll leave a lasting impression to your client. I labeled this section Lessons from the Trenches because there are some lessons that I think a lot of experienced agents have learned from being in the trenches, and every deal is different. But there are common challenges, common takeaways that we can take away from every single deal that's happened in real estate. And so I would say leverage the people that you trust. Maybe you have a mentor. So don't walk through the trench alone is kind of what I'm getting at. It's okay to ask someone for some support. It's okay to ask someone for some help. And it's okay to expect the unexpected because real estate deals are rarely perfect. I think our team, we've done about 2,500 deals, 2,500 deals in our time being a team. And there are still surprises at the 2,500th deal as there was the first one. And that's okay. The key is how do we stay flexible and how do we stay solution focused for our clients? So it's okay to share stories about the first deal, asking other agents about their first deal and learning from their stories, learning from their experience. And you got to build relationships. The first deal, it's not about closing. It's about building a reputation, right? Like everybody's reputation started somewhere. And though the goal is to get to the closing table and to help someone either buy their home or sell their home, the more we treat them with care, the more we treat that client with respect, the more they'll remember you. Happy clients lead to referrals, which is how you grow your business long term. It's being able to find that first client and turn that client into multiple clients. That is truly the statement of a great business model. So celebrate the wins. Don't forget to celebrate it. It's a huge milestone. Those new agents that get their first deal, that get that first closing, that get that first yes, that get the first buyer consultation, the first listing appointment, all of those are huge. So we've covered a lot today. So here's my takeaways. Mindset matters. Stay consistent, be patient, and don't let fear hold you back. Prospect creatively, tap into your sphere, revive other agents' cold leads, and engage with open houses. Stay organized and focused. Your first success as an agent is a learning experience, and every single step of the way will make you a better, more competent, more encouraged agent as you go through the process of just learning in this business. So here's my challenge for you today. It's take one step closer to grabbing something that will help you navigate towards your first success as an agent. So reach out to your network. Follow up with agents in your brokerage or your team to see if you can help them with an open house, or if they have old leads that you could reach out to and give them a referral. Whatever it is, I would just say start. The hardest part is taking the first step. Like as kids, when we learn to walk, the hardest part is the first step. But once you do, all kids start running. All agents start running if they're willing to take the first step, because it's always the hardest. Thanks for joining me today on the episode of the Gritworks podcast. Remember, first deal is just the beginning. There's a whole story left to be untold in your world. So stay consistent, keep growing, and don't give up. Let's make it happen. And we'll see you in the next episode. This episode of the Gritworks podcast is sponsored by the Caldwell Group at eXp Realty, a real estate team in Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati, Ohio. The Caldwell Group is one of the top teams in the Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati markets that strives to produce results for their clients that they're working with. Their agents are top of the line when it comes to all new technology, understanding the market, and presenting results and value to clients. So if you are in the market in the Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati area to either learn more about what your home might be worth in today's market, or just learning about the market in general and what it looks like to buy or sell in the market today, then hit us up in the comments below. We would love to reach out and talk with you more and share with you all the things that are happening inside Northern Kentucky and Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you to the Caldwell Group for sponsoring today's episode.